everyone, welcome back to Dungeons and Desktops.
Oh my goodness.
I'm here with Kat. We are playing
That's
Tyranny.
Me. I'm a cat.
And it's awesome.
Yeah! So last episode we made our Sparkles the Warrior.
Yes.
She
Beautiful
is
and deadly warrior.
an awesome pit fighter who can basically kill everybody.
She has lots of hammers.
She does.
Lots of hammers.
She likes it.
And
she's the hammer of the gods.
I like to believe that the reason they put those 12 hash marks in there for her banner was as a reference to the pit fighter stuff.
Yeah.
Even though we killed 13, and I feel like it should be 13, I'm pretty sure they said that to get out you had to kill a dozen, and that was like the rule.
Yeah.
So maybe that's...
So, I mean...
Whatever, we'll just pretend.
It's funny because it reminds me of the dozens from Pillars.
Oh, yeah.
That's a number that they like, I guess.
Yeah.
Anywho, okay, so right now we're choosing...
How to conquer the
background.
bastard city. We're going to do Conquest.
Yeah, we're figuring out what role Sparkles has played in the invasion. So
Yeah,
we're figuring it out.
Because when we start this game, this area is already going to be mostly invaded.
Right.
It'll be down to like the last little bit.
Right.
So we got the Bastard City, which named for its position between two realms, the Northern Empire and the Southern Tiers. It's basically like a big merchant city.
Okay.
Tiersmen view it as a place of wealth and excess, but the people of the Northern Empire, it's a little more than a sprawling slum.
Oh, good.
Tunon the Adjudicator established his court in the Bastard City. From this foothold in the Tiers, he and his court of Fate Piners imposed Kairos' laws upon the conquered land.
Good.
So, that stands on the northern border. It was built upon a natural harbor at the crossroads between realms and a nexus of commerce. And we kind of read this already.
Yeah.
A little more than a backwater trading post to us, but to the Tiers, it's the center of all wealth. Okay. And its symbolic status as gateway to the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. And a chance for us to prove our worth.
Oh my gosh.
Taking the city would send a message to the rest of the Tiers. Kairos' will is insurmountable.
Oh my gosh. Look out.
So we get to
These
pick
things just fell out of the sky.
one of these tokens.
Okay.
Begin. So there's basically 4 options each time. Each of these
Okay.
things, sometimes it's 3, but for the most part, each icon will give you 2 options to support, and you're only going to get to pick 1.
Okay.
In total of like both of these. So
Okay.
either did we support the armies of Kairos and take the battle to the gates of judgment, trumpeting the opening call of the conquest of the Tiers? The 2 armies brought their distinctive sense of order and chaos to the assault. You went to battle alongside the army whose approach best suited your strengths. So, if we choose this option, we either go alongside with Kairos' ironclad elite. These are the disfavored.
Yeah, the disfavored.
These are the big, like, Roman legionnaire type army. You advance on the mercenary army purchased by the nobles of the Bastard City. The Legion wanted to send a message to the Tiers that superior breeding and disciplined training would win the day. Or you can support the Scarlet Chorus, rushing in with the chaotic mass, flanking the Bastard City's army and driving them to flee. Now, that's the front approach.
Yes.
You can also choose to infiltrate the Tiers.
Okay.
History would remember the Gates of Judgment as the first battle of the Conquest, but the real combat unfolded with advanced units of both armies preparing for the coming war. Each of them had a plan to infiltrate the capital city.
Okay.
Either you lent your skills to the elite disfavored scouts to capture a border garrison. Graven Ash, that's the Archon in charge, insisted that an early victory in the offensive would boost the morale of his troops and diminish the haughty overconfidence of the Southerners. Okay. Or you join the Scarlet Chorus as they raided villages and small towns, conscripting every able-bodied man and woman into the army. The voices of Narat, which it took me a bit, but that's one dude.
Yeah. He's got the mask that has the 2 faces. Or
Dude,
is that his actual face?
Well, he's kind of
really
weird.
sure.
So rumors abound he can steal the minds of others.
Oh.
And he's mad. So like whenever he talks to you, he's like switching between minds he's stolen. Which makes him a natural spy master, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
And if I recall, the leader, this guy Graven Ash, has some weird connection with all of his troops so they can suffer really bad injuries and he'll still get them healed somehow.
Weird.
That's why they're like known for like never going down.
Huh.
Anyways.
I don't know if we're supposed to know that yet.
Sorry, I mean, you get told pretty soon.
Yeah.
Anyways, the voice of Narat emphasized the rewards of conscription and enslavement over wanton bloodshed. Apparently his soldiers needed the reminder. Okay, so do you want to infiltrate the Tiers and support one or the other? Or do you want to do the frontal assault on the gates? What do you think?
I'm going to do a frontal assault with the Scarlet Chorus, I think.
Ooh, the Scarlet Chorus, the chaotic mass.
Is that like we're with them for the rest of the game?
No. So we're going to get to choose to support one arm or the other a bunch as we go through this conquest.
Oh, okay.
And it will kind of alter our influence with those respective factions at the start of the game.
Okay. that makes sense. Kind of like how the cities,
Yeah.
like in pillars, you get positives. And
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Except
factions, too.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
So, Scarlet Chorus.
Yeah, I like that.
You want to read this one?
Rah! You caught the mercenary army unprepared for the mania and disorder of the Scarlet Chorus. Your forces overwhelmed the Tyr's defenses in a few hours, hacking and burning their way into the continent. Any mercenaries who survived the battle found themselves initiated into the Scarlet Chorus, tortured by ruthless interrogators, or made the sport of competition as the army marched ruthlessly forward.
The Scarlet Chorus really believes in utilizing every part of the prisoner.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yep.
It's respectful.
Yeah.
Ah! Those things fell over. Oh, no!
No. So we did part 1 of this little area.
Okay.
Yeah, so now we have to choose.
That's kind of cool how they represent it.
Are we judging the enemy? The soldiers of the Tears fell by the hundreds, and Kairos' armies could not agree on how to handle what few survivors they dragged back to camp. Befitting your role, the commanders turned to you to decide the fate of those who occupied prison
Oh my
camps.
god, I'm binding their fates.
Now there were only enough prisoners to support the plan of a single army. Either you support the disfavored and recruit them as slaves to haul gear, dig latrines, and keep the pallets warm at night. You consign the survivors of battle to their subservient role among Graven Ash's noble troops. Or you gave prisoners a chance to serve in Kairos' army or die. The Scarlet Chorus was in need of extra troops to fill up the vanguard, and your former enemies would occupy those slots nicely. Or you have to go figure out how to feed the host. Against the most optimistic projections, the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus made short work of the local defenses. So well that the armies quickly outpaced their supply caravans. Troops were plentiful, but food was scarce. So either you authorized disfavored troops to confiscate food and supplies from traveling merchant caravans. Tears had already spent ignorant centuries glutting themselves outside of Kairos' law. Or you authorized the Scarlet Chorus to send their horde out to pillage from farms and villages. Spreading the infamy of Kairos' army prepared the Tears for the reality of the impending conquest. So, feeding the host or dealing with prisoners? What do you choose, Fatebinder?
I choose prisoners, and I want them to be Scarlet Choristed.
Okay, so serve the army or die?
Yes.
Okay.
That sounds like something that a pit fighter would do.
Sure.
You're like, fight for your freedom.
Yeah.
You can survive this. You just gotta fight and not die.
Yeah. That's all
I
you
did
gotta
it.
do.
You can do it.
You armed cooperative ex-soldiers with scrap weapons and tossed them into the vanguard of the next Scarlet Chorus assault. Those who survived were welcome to take up the arms and armor of the fallen and eke out a desperate struggle to survive in Kairos' military. After the first victory, you rewarded the new recruits with the opportunity to execute their wounded or reluctant countrymen.
That's a nice reward.
You're pretty
Man,
good.
this game's gonna make me feel shitty.
Oh, that'll be fun, though. So,
I
you can
don't
read
like
this one.
being a meanie.
So here, this is the last
excuse me.
choice of the Bastard City.
Okay. Excuse me. I have burps.
Me too.
Taking the Bastard City. So the armies of Kairos amassed around the Bastard City, the first bastion of the Tears to fall. Both armies longed to storm the walled outpost, the Scarlet Chorus howling for plunder, the disfavored forming an unbreakable shield wall. Your prowess on the field of battle had carried them this far, but there was one more step before total victory. Both of the armies had inspired schemes to take the Bastard City. Which did you support?
So, there's actually 3 schemes.
Ah!
So, the disfavored want to do an assault on the main gates. No fortification would stand before the unstoppable legion. And if you do this one, you'll get the ability Warrior's Respite. Which
Respite.
Which reduces our damage for a little bit, but lets us regenerate health rapidly. As we stand in one spot and just get our focus back.
Okay.
Or, burn the city. You join the Scarlet Chorus in setting fire to the city and blocking the gates. The defenders would surrender or burn. And that will give you the ability Searing Palm, which is some fire magic. Or, you can sabotage city defenses, leading a mixed band of disfavored and Scarlet Chorus scouts over the city walls to sabotage it. And then you'll get the ability Concealing Shadows, which gives you some evasion and looks like dodgy powers. So, which one do you choose?
Well, I feel like I've been very upfront and fighty about it, so maybe the first one.
Okay, joining the disfavored vanguard.
What's the ability again?
You get one that basically you stand still for a little bit and do less damage, but you regenerate health. So it's pretty good if we're low on health, because I don't think you regenerate health normally in battle.
All right.
So go.
Ah!
With heroic courage and legendary determination, the disfavored battered the gates of the Bastard City to splinters. Those who fell under the consistent hail of arrows or cascades of boiling pitch left the battlefield temporarily, only to appear hours later as Archon Graven Ash's protection healed their numerous wounds. In time, the city gates gave way and Kairos' forces spilled inside the city walls with resounding cheers of victory.
Oh my gosh. Who saw that coming?
Oh, it's falling apart.
It fall down. I'm sorry.
I know. Here, you can read this one.
Bastard City settled into a new state of normalcy, with every tower displaying Kairos' banner. Your name was whispered alongside rumors of a decorated career to come. The armies divided into two fronts and migrated south. Tunon sent word that you were to join the next frontier of Kairos' conquest, either as judge and overseer of the settlement of Lethian's Crossing, or as war advisor with the armies advancing into the realm of Apex.
Remember, Tunon is the adjudicator. He's
Yeah.
the guy in charge of both.
I remember Tunon.
So, either we're going to go
Me and
to...
Toonie go way back.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're either going to head over to Lethian's Crossing,
Okay.
which is a strategic war asset, lots of deposits of iron. Kairos sent the forge-bound smith mages of exceptional skill to establish a flow of weaponry.
Okay.
And if we go there, we're going to be ensuring the enforcement of Kairos' law.
Okay.
Or we're going to go to Apex, which is a mountainous realm. Troops there are biding their time as their neighbors in the Bastard Tier fell. In the second year of war, joint force of the Disfavored and Scarlet Corps crossed over the mountains and take control of the Tier's central valley. So, Lethian's Crossing or Apex, and they're both over here.
What are we doing at Apex? We're just biding our time?
If we go to Apex, we're basically helping them take the fortress. So, there's a big tower here, and it's defensible, and they're attacking it. Or we're going to Lethian's Crossing to help ensure a flow of weaponry and the enforcement of law. Law!
Oh, God. Let's do that one.
Nothing? Okay.
Yeah. Gotta get some good steel in hands here.
All right.
An iron or whatever.
Yeah.
Weapons. Stabby stabs.
Year 2.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't this cool?
No, I hate it.
I love, like,
It's the worst.
this little
Who's pushing that?
opening. Some guy off the map.
It's Kairos. Years ago, Lethian the Bold,
They're both Lethian, whatever.
Lethian the Bold founded a small merchant town at the intersect of ancient old walls. A pact between the settlers and a mercenary company meant that caravans were able to travel without fear of bandits or Bane. And the Bane from Batman?
Yeah, seriously,
Okay.
the supervillain.
That makes sense. And the town thrived in modest insignificance. Lethian's Crossing drew Kairos' attention for the iron deposits in the surrounding hills. With the region under Kairos' control, the northern smith mages could set up workshops to refine ore and arm the disfavored with the finest weapons in the known world. The Archon of Secrets dismantled the mercenary support with a generous bribe, taking the crossing in a bloodless victory. Tunon, or Toonie as I like to call him.
Toonie, good old Toonie.
Toon. Dispatched you to travel alongside Kairos' forces and bring over... Hey, excuse me.
I'm sorry.
I'm reading... Thank you. Are you going to cough again?
To the region.
No!
I finished it for you.
Ruined it. It was my only line.
I know. So, either the iron must flow. You found a clever solution to improve production of iron weapons and armor.
Okay.
Kairos' smith mages worked day and night to create weapons. No one faulted their dedication, yet production was low. The plans that came to light proved divisive to the disfavored and Scarlet Corps. On one hand, any additional manpower is needed for fighters, not forges. On the other hand, the celebrated weaponry of Kairos' armies need to be fiercely guarded. So either we support the... draw from the Scarlet Corps recruits. Oh, okay, that's the disfavored plans. The Scarlet Corps took refugees from the recent influx and forced them to serve in the military. You repurposed these individuals to haul wagons of iron for the smith mages. This proved an inconvenience to the Scarlet Corps, who relied on their force numbers to be effective in the field.
Uh-oh.
Or you can script help from a local tribe of beastmen. Their strength would more than offset their disobedience. The disfavored protested that savages have access to the secrets of iron, but their voices were few compared to the support of the Scarlet Corps. Or the Cult of Siren, Archon of Song, used her arcane charm to lure locals into joining the army. As a patroness of the Scarlet Corps, her efforts were critical to the conscription of new recruits. When an enthralled, disfavored soldier joined her cult, his company feared that the Archon was growing out of control and needed to be stopped.
Oh, dang.
So the disfavored demanded the Archon of Solon cease her recruitment practices and that they be allowed to violently subdue her cult of followers. The loss of soldiers was a significant setback to the Scarlet Corps' conscription efforts.
That's rude.
Or, in Scarlet Corps tradition, you sent the latest batch of cultists to the front lines of the Apex campaign. Those who survived are welcome to remain in the military, and their performance would stand as testimony to Siren's effectiveness. So what are we doing? Iron must flow, or Cult
Like
of Siren?
that one, and I like the second one. Sorry, the Cult of Siren.
Yeah,
With that one.
the Scarlet Chorus one. Okay.
I like it. Do your thing and recruit some guys, and
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah. Just sing for us. It's cool.
La la la! The Scarlet Chorus agreed to transfer Siren's, I assume that's how you pronounce it, because that would make sense given her abilities, latest recruits to the front lines of the Apex campaign. Your resolution fit their traditional model of conscription, so they considered it a fair alternative. In the weeks to come, more of them returned to active duty than than even Siren herself expected, likely owing to their obsessive devotion to the Archon and her enchanting music.
Interesting. I wonder how that will come to play in the
Yeah, I
future.
don't know.
Okay, so now we got either ancient threats.
I read that as treats, and I was like, ooh!
Oh yeah, ancient treats.
Delicious.
Drawn to the arcane energy around the forges, mystical predators from the nearby old walls began to raid the crossing at all hours. Both of Kairos' armies reserved their strength for the front lines of the war, and yet the city required protection. You had to delegate the responsibility somewhere.
Oh, shit.
Either, as the largest army, you tasked the Scarlet Chorus with the burden of security. The disfavored took the opportunity to gather their strength. Or, since the disfavored used most of the iron that came out of Lethian's crossing, it fell to them to stand as the city's protectors, and the Scarlet Chorus enjoyed a necessary reprieve. Or,
Okay.
a red anvil. One of Kairos' smith mages swore allegiance to the Scarlet Chorus. Jealously hoarding the secret of iron forging, the disfavored demanded the smith's immediate return. The Scarlet Chorus insisted they were within their rights to take allegiance from any source. Tempers flared and the forges cooled as arguments stalled productivity.
Oh, shit, you guys.
Since the smith mage would not willingly return to work, you enlisted the disfavored to return him there in chains. Or, since Kairos' law dictated the secrets of iron be granted only to the smith mages, you ruled the new recruit's mind be erased of all memory.
Dang. Very harsh.
It's law, man. So what do you want to deal
Rude.
with? The red anvil or the ancient threats?
Ancient threats.
And who's protecting it? Now keep in mind, whoever we assign as protectors, it's going to weaken the other side.
Right. I would like to... So I want to send the, disfavored and give the Scarlet guys a rest.
Okay.
So you pick that one.
Scarlet Chorus enjoyed a necessary brief.
Because they've done a lot of stuff, so I feel like I shouldn't.
The disfavored
shouldn't
were
tax
averse to
them.
ruling. They couldn't argue with the reasoning behind it. They rallied in the streets of Lethian's crossing, patrolling on alert in shifts that lasted day and night in an impressive show of force. They managed to repel several attacks on the predators in districts that would have otherwise suffered great harm. Able to do some good, the disfavored still detested you for keeping them from the battle with their real enemy in the tears.
That's just rude.
And now, tragedy struck when a mercenary hired by the voices of Narat injured a forge-bound artisan, leaving him unable to practice his craft. Tunin ordered the mercenaries to leave the city in the hands of Kairos' more responsible servants. Only a token garrison could be left behind while the armies returned to the front. As the disfavored and Scarlet Corps showed increasing tension and hostility toward each other, Tunin decreed it best that only one force control the crossing.
Shit.
Who controls it?
Oh no.
You grant it to the disfavored or to the Scarlet Corps?
Keep. I don't know.
It's up to you. Who do you think should stay behind? Or not stay behind, but who do you think should own this place?
Scarlet Course.
Okay.
Ah!
The Scarlet Corps flooded Lethian's crossing with overeager and undisciplined recruits. In the first few days of occupation, settlers suffered under rampant theft, murder, rape, and arson.
Sorry.
By the following week, the hordes of men who sowed chaos for personal gain were dead, strung up by the more disciplined half that took up the reins as the self-appointed bosses of Lethian's crossing. The forge-bound continued to mint iron weapons and armor which Kairos' merchant cartered to the disfavored garrisons elsewhere in the tiers. Shipments were light, or sometimes absent. The Scarlet Corps quartermaster claimed ignorance of the matter.
That doesn't seem good.
No, that didn't sound good at all.
Did I fuck it up already? We haven't even started playing.
Oh, look, you gave it the symbol. I would have given it to the disfavored.
Really?
Well, you made them the guards already. It just seemed right. They were using all the weapons.
I guess.
But it
I
doesn't...
got confused.
I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe something horrible would have happened if we picked them. I don't know.
Who knows?
Okay. So with the mercenaries expelled and Lethians crossing under new leadership, Kairos' forces congratulated themselves on bringing order to the settlement and guaranteeing a productive flow of resources. Over the course of this diversion, the army front advanced further into the tiers. Your skills were needed in the realm of Azure, Stalwart, or the Velum Citadel, which is a library.
Stalwart?
Library Fortress. Stalwart. That was also in Pillars.
Yeah, okay. That's why I was like, wait.
That's cool. Library Fortress. School of
Okay.
Ink and Quill. So we only get to pick one of these.
Okay.
Either we're going to subjugate the nation of Azure with the Archon of Stone,
Okay.
or we're going to Stalwart with its easily defended position, a rich military tradition, most formidable realm, or the Vellum Citadel, its treasures, its knowledge, its secrets. And it, as described up here, is a library fortress. Which one are we going to go hit?
We're going to go beat it up.
Yeah. We'll beat up one of them.
Beat him up. What's the first one again?
Azure.
What is it?
It just says right there. That's all I got.
Okay.
It doesn't have a fancy name up here.
Well, but can you get more information by clicking on them?
No, only if it's no.
I guess not.
No. You know what we can do?
What can we do?
You can make a choice next time.
Oh, shit!
I know.
You're right. I can do that.
You can. Think about it. Long and hard. You have a whole day.
I'm gonna think so hard.
Thanks for watching, guys. This game's awesome so far. Even though we haven't gotten into it, it's awesome.
Thinking.
We'll see you guys next time.